Walking in Brooklyn, New York on a Sunday afternoon. Hi, everyone. I have decided to take you guys on a nice little stroll. I'm going to do something a little different. I am going to just say we are in Brooklyn, New York. We are walking the streets of Brooklyn. I'm going to leave it at that. I always like to put the location and talk about where we're going to walk, but I think what we'll do is we'll just leave it up, leave everything up to imagination. We'll see where we go. Sunday's usually a day I don't do any recording or any type of walks for YouTube, so I'm gonna kind of have like a little hybrid approach, and I'll record the walk, but I'm gonna do a lot less explaining. How's that? I figure we'll do 1 hour of walking. How's that? We'll do 1 hour of walking. That's what we'll keep it at. Get up on the streets. Let's get up on the streets. Got this old car in front of this old piece of real estate. I feel like I'm in the 1970s over here. Actually, I think that car goes back to the 1960s, maybe. As you saw, when the weather popped up on the screen, I gave you guys a little weather update. And you could hear that wind. It is a really brisk April day. And we're going to be walking through some gusty winds right now because we are in between a couple of really big buildings, so we're going to have to deal with some wind noise going through the microphone. But it is 50 degrees today. It feels even cooler than that with this breeze. It feels like it's in the 40s. The whiplash, April whiplash continues. Yesterday, it got up to 65. Today it only got up to 50. Tomorrow 75. And the rest of the week is going to be in the 80s. So we're getting a taste of December weather, normal April weather, and then summer weather. We're going to basically get all three seasons in here in 3 straight days, right? Spring, winter, and summer. I guess you could count yesterday as both spring and fall. I was not counting on this much wind going into. If I knew, I wouldn't have walked down this direction. So I apologize if you guys are hearing a lot of wind on the mic, but that's it. That's what happens when you don't plan. I did not check the wind direction today. I have no idea what the wind direction is. Right. Well, I can tell you what it is right now. It's coming out of the east-southeast right now. Which makes a lot of sense, because that kind of a wind this time of year, you're going to bring in some really cool temperatures. That's the Long Island Sound, Nova Scotia air coming down. You got that big wall for the church. Like I said, I'm not going to really do a lot of descriptive stuff today, guys. We're just going to walk. I could tell you guys that's visitation and all that stuff and how it's no longer open and blah, blah, blah. We're just going to walk. Just do some walking. This is the time of year I like to walk through this neighborhood. We got spring, we got things blooming out, so we'll do some walks along Ridge and Colonial coming up. Ridge and Colonial are always two nice avenues to walk down during spring. Wow, this was really bad planning on my part. This wind is just constant wind. I guess it would be a good test to see how this newer camera handles wind going through the mic. You can see a lot of the flowers are blooming in the gardens and people's front yards. Very pretty flowers. You can hear a cardinal chirping away. You know, we heard a cardinal on the last walk, right? On the Prospect Park. There's a lot of cardinals in this area. We get a lot of cardinals. I know they have a baseball team out further out west called the St. Louis Cardinals, but I'll tell you what, New York has a lot of cardinals. New York is known for its pigeons and its seagulls. Our pigeons and our seagulls. Oh, you could just say doves, right? Pigeons are doves. So you have your mourning doves and your peace doves, and you have your pigeons, which are considered rock doves. That's what they consider pigeons. You can look that up. Rock doves. This is, well, I said I wasn't going to tell you where we are. Figure it out for yourself. Let's go down this way. Light's going to change, so we might as well just take this block over here. All right, here we go. There goes the Arizona Bridge down there. Here's a block I might not have ever walked down with you. With all of you. I wanted to look at this house. I saw this house. I just saw this big yellow side over here. It looks like it had that top extension built later on. That's all I wanted to look at was that. Speaking of mourning dove, one just flew over me. I don't know if you heard the squeaking of the wings. I would like for this light to change green so I could cross. It is big intersection. There you go. Ask and you shall receive. Got the walk light and the green light is coming up. It's like one of those delayed red lights. 4th Avenue. Oops, did I just break the rule? I just told you where we were. Yeah, the ice cream man. Let's walk this way so we can walk by the ice cream man. There he is. Mr. Softy. I doubt anybody's buying ice cream today, though. The only good thing about today and ice cream is that your ice cream will not melt fast. It will not melt fast today. Today's a perfect day to have ice cream. But don't worry, in a couple of days, if you buy ice cream, it's going to be a different story. I only turned this way so we could look at the ice cream guy. But I guess we will go this way. "15 minutes of walking so far." 15 minutes of walking so far. We're going to do another 45 minutes. That's how we're going to do this walk. It's going to be wherever I am. When we hit 60 minutes, the camera goes off. That's how we'll do this. We'll go this way. Windows we are. There might be a company out there called Windows R Us, and that's probably why they settle for Windows we are. That's the New York Eye and Ear Infirmary. I almost went there last year. I'll tell you the story. My ear. I don't consider it a chronic condition. My ears are fine, but when I was young, I used to swim a lot. And, a lot of times you swim without the earplugs. Especially as a kid, kids don't really wear earplugs when they go swimming, whether it's at the beach or in a pool. But I developed some issues, and then over the years, every time around this time of year, sometimes my ears get a little cloggy. Wow, I'm really surprised at how much wind is coming in on this walk. I mean, I know it's a little breezy today, but we're on the streets, so I don't know why it's so breezy out. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, my ears, they have on and off issues over the years, ever since I was a kid, because of all the water going in the ears and all the issues I had as a kid. Last year last year was pretty rough. I ended up getting like those alcohol ear drops that dry everything out of your ear. And that actually helped. That ended up helping, so I didn't go to the infirmary, but I almost went. I was almost that close. I was that close to going to get my ears flushed. The last time I've had my ears flushed, I was a kid. But my ears are clean, there's not a lot of crap in there. It's just there's a lot of moisture. They get stuck in there and it doesn't dry out. And if it's humid outside, it's even worse, because now you can't even dry out your ears properly. And then you go to sleep, and then it just gets worse. Let's go back. Let's go this way. We'll go back into the wind. Camera is behaving. lot better today as far as gimbaling and all that stuff. I read a couple of white papers on this camera. That's what I do as a ex-tech engineer. We read white papers. They're very boring, by the way. If you want to go to sleep really fast, read a white paper. Very technical. But I was reading about the gimbal and stuff, and I decided to do a factory reset on the camera and then a gimbal calibration, followed by another factory reset and then another calibration. And so far, everything looks to be behaving a lot better. I was just talking about this camera fix that I did. If it pans out to be a good fix, I'm gonna post it up on a few forums and let people know that that's what fixed my issue, because there's a lot of people having my issue. I tell you what, I am not the only one having it. When you see a lot of people having the same issue, it's definitely not a user problem. It is a hardware issue. That's how you know. You guys at home that might not be as technical as me know what I'm talking about. You might go onto a forum if something is not working and start asking questions, and you get 100 people telling you, I don't have that problem, this is what you should do. It usually is user error, but in my case, I had a lot of people saying the complete opposite. As far as, the problem that I had, everyone's saying the same thing. No one is saying anything about user error. It seems that the issue that I'm having is the same issue everyone else is having. Also, if some of you 60 FPS, I'm just going to call it 60 FPS snobs, because that's how they come off. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm just teasing you, but we got a lot of 60 FPS snobs that, oh, this guy, so by the way, this guy looks like he's had a little too much to drink over here. Coming up, he is all over the place. But anyway, I'm shooting today's video in 60 FPS. Now, I know a lot of people are going to ask, for those of you that want to know why I don't shoot in 60 FPS. Well, number one reason, everybody does, right? It's what I call the out-of-the-box default setting. So most people, they shoot videos like this off their iPhones, and they just upload them. They don't do anything else. They don't color grade like I do. They don't tweak the colors, make everything look a little more pleasing. Just comes right out of the phone, upload it. Easy peasy, right? But the thing with me is 60 FPS is good for like certain type of events. Like when I went to Citi Field, I shot that in 60 FPS. If I go to the 18th Avenue Feast, that's 60 FPS. But when I'm just walking the streets, I'll go to 30, which 30 is the normal. 30 is basically the equivalent of how our eyes see. It's also the main documentary television style you're going to see. Movies are shot in 24. So that's why I just like to keep it at 60. I mean, not at 60. I like to keep it at 30. 60 FPS, or if you go up to 120, the only reason you're going to shoot that high anyway, if you're like into professional photography like myself, the only reason you're going to go any higher than 60 or stay at 60 is for slow motion. The more frames gives you better slow motion quality. I used to shoot 60 FPS on my GoPro in the early pre-Stride Warrior channel days, the early YouTube days. I used to keep my GoPro at 60 FPS. This is going back to about 2018, 2019. I think I shot, I'm not sure, I might have shot all of my COVID lockdown videos in 60 FPS. I can't remember. But 90%, 95% of my stuff is shot at 30. And then a little secret, somebody asked me the other day, sometimes I will shoot my subway shorts when I do like subway short videos. Sometimes I'll shoot them on this camera in portrait mode at 24 FPS. So kind of give it like a little film grade, like a little movie grade kind of quality. All right, we're 27 minutes in. Where are we going to go now? Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep walking in this direction here. There goes the flag. You can see it blowing in the wind. You can see that wind. I like walking around Brooklyn on a Sunday afternoon. It's really nice. Normally I'm cooking my dinner by now, but I decided to step out. I'll just make dinner a little later today. I'm thinking I got some leftover eggplant that I made. Well, there's not much left, so I'll probably just have the rest of it. Do some eggplant with some sauce, some pasta. I'll make some quick garlic bread. Am I making you guys hungry? I'll do garlic bread on any type of bread. Obviously, the most traditional way is on Italian bread, but I have done garlic bread on hamburger rolls. That's right. I know that sounds crazy, but so knock it till you try it. I've done it on that. You get like the hamburger rolls and you butter them up and then you toast them with the raw garlic and you heat it up in the oven. Actually, it's like almost like little garlic pizzas if you put a little sauce and cheese on them. But yeah, I'll do garlic bread on anything. It doesn't matter. But I have half a loaf of Italian bread that I'll probably use that tonight. give you guys a look at some of the homes on the other side. There's some nice looking real estate on this block. That house surrounded by those two trees. Constant walking in the winds for this one. Luckily, I'm quite warm from all the walking we're doing, so I'm not cold. If you're just walking out of your door, though, you just been sitting on the couch for about an hour, a couple hours watching TV, and you walk out the door, you're gonna feel it. It is chilly outside. It'll take you about 15 minutes to warm up. Let's go on to this side. I see some flowers over there. Get some nice color on this lawn. I like color. I'm a big color person, so anything with color I'm going to throw in the footage. So here you go. There you go. Yellow, red tulips. See that American flag blowing straight towards us. Just pretty much tells you the direction of the wind. Which, like I said, is the south. We're walking south, sort of southeast. South is out that way where my hand's pointing. That's south. And then east is this way, so we're southeast right now, walking southeast. I have a very good sense of direction. When I was in the Navy, I did, a lot of celestial navigation, and I got a built-in compass in my brain. I'm like a bird. I'm like a homing pigeon. That's why everybody likes to take me hiking upstate. Everybody knows they won't get lost if you take Vince with us hiking. You ain't getting lost. There's a nice car right there. At this time, everybody's sitting inside nice and comfortable, probably having some dinner or maybe just finishing up dinner. Maybe watching a late afternoon baseball game. No football. Football season's over. Basketball season is at the end. We are reaching the playoffs for basketball. And I believe also hockey. We're going to be walking by the firehouse for 160. What I'll do is I'll get across the street so you get a better angle. Or I'll just stay in the street. What I'll do is I'll just walk around the street here. I want to get a nice look at the fire truck. Well, I got about another 22 minutes to go of walking. Let's break off of this street. Let's get back onto the avenue for a little bit here. Look at this guy. This guy's walking like it's 100 degrees out. He probably don't even feel it at this point. Probably used to this type of weather. You get a lot of the polar bears down in Coney Island. They walk around in like Speedos. They'll go out in the water when it's like 20 below and temperature of the water is like 32. They don't care. Yeah, some nice homes on this intersection over here. Look at these homes. Look at some of these homes. I'll get across the street here. This guy's gonna turn. Let's see if he lets me go through the crosswalk. Yeah, he's letting me go through. Thought he was gonna like jump it, but you can hear him going by me. Once again in the wind. You know what we'll do? we'll wrap it up. We have 41 minutes of walking so far. What we'll do is we'll wrap it up with some walking. We'll go down. I said I wasn't going to tell you guys where we're walking, but I'll just say for this purpose, we'll walk down 13th, and then we'll go through the park. There's, on a Sunday, usually a lot of people playing like volleyball and soccer and all that stuff. So just walk right through the park. We'll get in everybody's way. You cross over. This is a good type of walk to post on a Monday morning. Like, I'm filming this on Sunday, so this will be up Monday morning. In case anyone's wondering, some behind the scenes stuff. Monday is my worst viewing day. That is that's just a day everybody goes back to work and stuff. So I don't start getting views coming in until like around lunchtimes. That's just the way it is. We're gonna walk by the funeral home, so we'll see what the funeral home clock and temperature display is showing. I can tell you right now, I'm looking, it's 5:30 in the early evening now. It says it's 82, guys. Trust me, it is not 82 degrees. I can guarantee you that. You can just tell by what people are wearing. Well, that's what it says. It says 82. That's why I never go by that thing. Now it says 81. It actually dropped a degree. It heard me talking about it, and now it just jumped up to 82. So we'll see if it changes again. All right, time we get there. But yeah, it is definitely not 82. Now it's going to be interesting. Tomorrow might hit. We're supposed to go up to about 75. So it'd be interesting to see what this thing says tomorrow. So 81. So it's basically either it just every time it cycles, it goes up to 82 and then comes down to 81. It's definitely broke. Something's broke up there. Something is broke up there. We're walking right next to the La Bella Marketplace. It's one of the places I go food shopping. I guess you know I just gave it away. Well, most of you old long-time followers of the channel know that I have made it back into my neighborhood. But any new people, yeah, this is my neighborhood. You're in the neighborhood. Ziker Heights. This is where everybody comes to look at Christmas lights. You know, they finally chopped down all this stuff over here. This property here had so much stuff. Like, you couldn't see this house. For the longest time, you could not see this house. I think they cut it all down, like, last year. Like, I think it was last fall. Sirico's, one of the very few remaining catering halls in the area. They have survived. They have survived. They outlived McCallie, Colonial Manor, Del Monte. Del Monte was the one I worked in. DeBall Gardens, the Cotillion. They even outlasted the Cotillion on 18th, which I think now the Cotillion on 18th, it's like some kind of YMCA senior place, I think, or something. Looks like it's starting to cloud over. It was a very nice day today. Very clear, very sunny, and now towards the end of the day, we're starting to see some clouds moving in. We're not expecting any rain, but I think tomorrow, Monday, it's going to be warm, but it's going to be mostly cloudy, supposedly. We'll see. We will see if that forecast holds. St. Bernadette. They got all the Easter prom crosses out. Tasty Pastries closing. See the gate going down? I would imagine they've been closed for a while. I think that's the owner just closing for the day. They're probably in there doing some late day stuff. This has got to be the ugliest building I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, guys. My favorite color is green, but not like this. Definitely not like this. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what this is. Almost looks like a barrack. $49. We got 11 minutes of walking. That should give us... I'm going to pick up the pace a bit here. It's okay if we go a little over. Because I want to walk through the park with all these people playing their soccer and whatever else they're playing. $10 minutes to 1 hour mark. I want to thank everybody for tagging along. That was a nice shot. None of the guys caught that on camera. I thought that ball was going over the fence. Am I right? It was a nice all-netter. No rim. I was going to say, thanks for taking a walk. This was not a planned walk. This was one of those situations where I just had the camera on me and I got to a certain point and I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull the camera out and start rolling. That's what happens when you have a YouTube channel. You got to put something up every once in a while, I guess. Would I say it's all about the content? I don't consider myself a content creator. So I don't live by that sword. And I won't die by that sword either. But, you know, I had a camera on me. I started rolling and this ends up being another walk in the catalog. There's a lot of people at the park today. Let's see who's in there. We're going to walk right through there, guys. We're going to walk right through there. As soon as this light changes... And it looks like we're going to be able to stop the camera on time at the 1 hour mark. We've got about 8 minutes left of walking. That should be able to get me across the park there. Perfect. There's actually perfect way to end it. Here we go. Get these three guys looking at me because I got a camera pointed at them. Hopefully there's not a lot of loud music playing, so because I don't want to get hit with a copyright. There we go. We're gonna walk right through here. This is a big soccer. Everybody plays soccer over here. When they redid the asphalt here, see, I could still play soccer. I just blocked that and threw it back to him. I still, wow. You know what? Let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys saw it on the camera, but I still got a very high kick. For 52 years old, I still have some elasticity. There's another one. I'm helping these guys out over here. They must probably think I'm like pro league over here. But for 52 years old, man, my leg came way up. That's a tip for you young people watching, man. Stay active, guys and girls. Stay active. Nothing wrong with going to the gym, but I'm just going to say this. You don't have to go to the gym. Just stay active. Just stay active. The gym is good. You know, I'm not saying anything bad about the gym, but you don't need a gym. Just stay active. Stay outdoors. Do a lot of cardio. You're good. So you see all these people. These people will be here for a while. This is every weekend down here. Yeah, a lot of people playing soccer and volleyball. There's the volleyball I was telling you about, it, guys. But that's a funny type of volleyball, I'll tell you. Let's see if we can watch them doing that. They kind of, if you ever watch these guys play this volleyball, this style of volleyball, it looks like they like catch. They're like catching the ball and then they push it. See right there, see? See the way they like catch it? Watch. They do like this like little 1 second catch and then they push it up. "55 minutes of walking." This guy's flying a kite. I can't see the kite though. This guy right here? I don't know where it is. Oh, I see it. I don't know if you guys could see it. It's way up there, guys. I don't know if you can even see it up there. Maybe that's it. Hold on. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in, guys. I can't even see on the screen, to be honest with you. I might be like zooming into nothing. Let me fix my screen, my camera. Very happy with the way the camera is behaving today. Very, very happy with this camera. Two resets, I can't even speak. 2 resets and 2 calibrations later. right, let's wrap up some walking here on some of the streets, and then about 3 minutes. We're gonna cut the camera in 3 minutes, guys. No matter where I'm walking, I'm gonna be cutting this camera. So I guess this is the time where I say thank you guys for tagging along. Hope you guys have a great day. We will at some point be getting out to the Bronx this week. It's gonna be nice and warm, so trees should be blooming out pretty nice now. Maybe go finally get over to Pelham and Country Club, the Country Club neighborhood of the Bronx. I took you guys all around Brooklyn today. Even got to play a little soccer. I'll tell you one thing. One thing I do, this weather though is great for walking. I mean, no way am I complaining about the temperature. It is perfect for walking long distances. And we start getting into that summer temperature stuff, man. It's gonna get all sweaty. That's when I start getting blisters, and I hate all that stuff. So anyway, we're gonna be ending this walk here in less than a minute, right where we walked. This is pretty much where we started the last walk. Talk about perfection. Talk about coming full circle, guys. If you remember the last walk, we started over here. We walked all the way down to Prospect Park from here. 6 miles. And an hour and 45 minutes of walking. Well, that's it, guys. We're shutting the camera off. I will catch you all on the next one. So take care. And bye-bye from Brooklyn, New York.